Thank you so much.
Mantap benar.
Wah, thank you so much.
Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3.
Very good.
Position both.
We'd like to invite you to unveil the plug.
Okay.
Let him blow the horn first.
All right. Okay.
Can you blow the horn? Satu, dua, tiga.
Being Central Force, we like to use the word force and keep it a Star Wars theme. So if you look around, occasionally you see some Star Wars theme rooms or designs or fonts around the office. So this is what we call the Jedi Council. Reason being because it's the biggest meeting room we have, which sits about 16 to 18 packs. It's where we have most of our management meetings over there. And the room itself is also catered for FGD facilities. So if you just come over here a little bit, if you look into the room, you will see 1, 2, 3 cameras. So we have a wide angle camera. We have what we call a pan tilt zoom camera.
How are you? Oh, you've got a very impressive place here.
You missed the opening ceremony.
Really?
If you study Feng Shui, the Emperor sees the left. Then the left is the Tiger Range. Dragon. Is the Dragon Range. That's why I sit in my back. Actually, it's no good to sit in the back of the window, especially my back. My back is the mountain. So I sit in the mountain. Emma last time, long time ago, he was in Myanmar, and John used him to do the Myanmar work. So I was sent there to came so late, you should miss the opening ceremony. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. This is Crystal. Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah, thank you. It's the new CRM system right? That whatever service that we do, right? You can actually monitor the progress. Like here, for example, you monitor progress. Then we can see. Last time we cannot see, right? So anywhere in the world when you do it, as long as it's online, but let's say your progress, for example, I can monitor anywhere in the office. I can actually see your progress with you. This is conferencing, live conferencing. Are you able to connect to a conference call? Right. So this is another focus group room, and we call this the R2D2 room. This is 10 pack. Same thing, you have got all the modern technologies, you have got the remote screen, you have got the projector screen, you got everything like what you saw just now together with the iPenTube Zoom. You got long whiteboard, you can pin your posters, you can write, and then your iPenTube Zoom can actually zoom into what they write. So,
this one also has
yes, everything. Even though the small IDI just like IDI one is detachable. So plenty of what to use. So make it multitasking. In fact, we're supposed to introduce one more feature called power dialing. See that even if you order the dial, the machine will dial. The machine will dial, the machine will connect, and then it directs to whichever station is available, then they pick up the phone. But on the flip side, see that these features are many. Something like a robot of things. So, system house phone. Hey, well done, you're doing very well. Come on, let's back up, 2 more to go. You can shout from here. And it's all ceiling mounted speakers.
Grand opening ceremony. I believe all of you have taken a tour of the place. Yeah. And I believe there is one last place that you guys haven't toured, which is the current room right now. So just for me to give a short tour of the place, just to brag a little bit, you know. So this is our event hall, and this is about 1,000 square feet.
I had no idea what we were going to see today, and I just am overwhelmed at what Cito has done. I can't believe that the high tech and the beauty of the building, you've done a magnificent job. I would imagine there are millions and millions of ringgit gone into this building, and I would say now you're an absolute leader in the market research industry in terms of having a beautiful high-tech building like this is. So, Cito, a big congratulations, please. Cito and I go back quite a long way. Cito just told me he's been in the industry 40 years. I don't think I do anything as well as Cito, but I can say I've been in the industry longer. So one thing I can say that I'm better than Cito, who's been in the industry longer. Comparing what I see today with this beautiful building, we go back to 1986 or 87, I think it was, and there were a few people here in this room who were there. In fact, there's a lot of people in this room who were there at that time. And we were in the building in number 10 Jalan Ipoh, which was probably the worst building in Kuala Lumpur at that particular time. If you recall, for those who know, we were on the first floor, but on the one side we had a Chinese coffin shop, so we had a funeral there almost every day. And on the other side was a second-hand bottle shop. So can you imagine the difference between what we were displaying to our clients and our staff in those days compared to what you've got here today? So what a contrast, and look how far you've come in the industry. Cito joined us, I'm talking about a different company of course in those days. Cito joined us in 1986, I think it was, from another big market research company, SRM, who was the biggest at that time and probably still is, or close to being the biggest. Cito, we brought Cito into the company to run our field work, and he came in as a field work manager, but very, very rapidly moved up as field director. And the reason for that, Cito had lots of great ideas, not just on the technology side, but particularly on managing people. And you can see that today with the lovely people that you have, Cito, that have stayed with you for so long. And you can be proud of your building, but I think you can be more proud of the way you've handled your staff over the years. You have a wonderful reputation, you've got fantastic loyalty. Now I know many of them, because they worked for me at one stage, and I know how good they are, so you know, congratulations, well done. One of the biggest obstacles we faced in those days was we didn't have a proper sampling frame, and we spent days and weeks and months and years trying to get together a sampling frame, and we brought in a British specialist who was with the United Nations in those days to set up a sampling frame. So between Cito knows more about sampling than anybody in this country, I can tell you. And that, of course, is the type of sampling we did then is sort of gone out of fashion, but now I can see you're using those ideas not for field, not work aerial sampling, but on the telephone sampling, and that's something that I don't think anybody's even talked about apart from you. So, you know, wonderful congratulations there. A lovely building, and I just reminded of something. We did a survey together, I don't know, 20 years ago, I guess it was, and 30 years ago, and it was by a developer here in Cheras. And the developer was told that nobody's going to come out to Cheras, it's too far away, so don't go ahead with the development. So what we did was a study where we were measuring how long it took to get from Cheras to the city in the morning. So we started off we had interviewers driving and riding motorbikes at 6 o'clock, then 6:15 and 6:30, right up till 9:30 or 10. And we measured, of course, at 6 o'clock in the morning it only took 15 minutes to get into the city, and by 10 o'clock or 9:30 it took like an hour and a half. Now the client cheated, and he put up big billboards all around KL saying, well, we were called Frank Small and Associates in those days. Frank Small and Associates says it only takes 15 minutes to get to Cheras, or into the city from Cheras. And of course, that wasn't true, it was taking much longer. But I did find today, I haven't been to Cheras for a while, and it did only take me 15 minutes. Finally, it's come true that it only takes 15 minutes to get here. So, I just want to congratulate you and just say a little bit about the market research industry. The market research industry in Malaysia is a business of about $500 million ringgit. It's very competitive and becoming more competitive, but I can say, Cito, that you're going to be out there in front competing with everybody, and I'm hoping that you can take a big share of that $500 million industry. So we wish you very much. No, at the moment maybe it's a little bit, but I'm sure you've got the wherewithal. And your team, I know many of your team, as I said, I trust them very much. They've got some smart young people, and I think that they will take on the business, and I'm sure you're going to go on for quite some time yet, but I am sure that they will take you to greater heights. So, on behalf of our members of the industry, I'd like to say again, congratulations. Thank you very much for inviting me today to be part of all of this, and congratulations. And we're going to have our market research AGM here in a few weeks' time to show as many people from the industry as possible the beautiful facilities you have. Congratulations, Cito.
Centreforce was established 23 years ago. We were the pioneer in the industry. everybody thinks that we are a market research company. Yes, we are somewhat a market research company, and but we are actually a downstream market research company in the sense that we do data collections. We don't do so much of consultancy. We don't do so much of analysis. Right? We provide clean data to the client, and the clients are mostly market research companies and some large multinationals. They generally do their own reporting work, and that's what we do. That's why we call ourselves downstream. Yeah. When we first started our business, everybody asked, what is Centroforce? Are you a security firm? No, we are not. Are you part of the armed forces? No, we are not. Are you part of the Air Force? No, we are not. Are you part of the G-Force container that you see on the road? Certainly not. We are actually a market research downstream data collection company. That's what we are. This is my 40th year. How many more years to go? Difficult to tell. I don't decide. But we need to get ready, right? So I want to introduce to you our future CEO, Mr. Bayu. And just before that, Bayu is my son. I'm not sure we share similar features. He's still young. He's about 26 now. He still needs more experiences. He needs more support. And but he's highly intelligent. He's a graduate from University of West London in UK, Bristol. And recently, he's a first-class honours master degree in finance. And he has been offered a hard scholarship to continue with MBA with Lancaster University in the middle of this year.
23 years. It took Sito 23 years to grow where the company is today. I'm sure there have been many ups and downs and while steering this ship to be here. But I believe that this company has achieved so much and has greater potential to achieve even more than what it is right now. Just as he has done it, I will take up this challenge and continue sailing this ship to even greater heights.
So couple Wayu's lack of experiences but strong academic views, right? We have groomed another person at the SIM. SIM have a wealth of experiences with 29 years accumulated to date. And with his strong experiences, he'll be a good blend to Wayu, academic views. And these two will form our future prospects, right? So I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Sim, who will be the future Vice CEO.
I had no idea what we were going to see today, and I just am overwhelmed at what Sito has done. I can't believe that the high tech and the beauty of the building, you've done a magnificent job. I would imagine there are millions and millions of ringgit gone into this building, and I would say now you're an absolute leader in the market research industry in terms of having a beautiful high-tech building like this is. So, Sito, a big congratulations, please.
On behalf of our staff and Centroforce, a very, very special award. And this award comes with a certificate, and we'd like to bestow on you the title of the Grand Master of Market Research in Malaysia, Mr. John Smokey.
A little overwhelming. Thank you very much, Steve.
Congratulations and celebration when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilation. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
Thank you. As I say, that's a wonderful honour. Thank you very much, Sito. Just being so wonderful working with you all of these years, and for us to pass on our knowledge to the industry. I've trained a few of your young people, and I now look forward to training some more this year. So send them on. I'm very happy to do that. All the best. Thank you very much, Eric. Rather overwhelming. Thank you.
And that's the end of it all. And dinner is now served. It's buffet style. Please help yourself. And after dinner, we have a crew of our PR staff. If you wish to see more of our facilities, or if you are late and you missed that, please feel free, and our people will take you on the tour again. Right? So thank you very much. Please enjoy your dinner. Right? Thank you.